Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Play King's Bounty: The Dark Side. We are in Monteville, which is, well, some kind of land that seems to be occupied by vampires and humans alike. And I'm trying to gather whatever I can out of this little land. Ooh, that's a strange vampire. Looks a little bit female to me. Okay. Remember me to keep our money together. I'm so anxious to buy new things to enhance our firepower somehow. But point given, we really have no money to waste. I already lost about nearly 100,000 for buying items that we do not actually need in battle. At least not for the battles at the moment. And that's going to haunt us. So, let's grab everything we can. Woohoo! Woohoo! No, no, no. Go away, go away, go away. Nobody likes you. Woohoo! She looks like from a grim fairy tale. An armor. Minus 20% for the undead. That's good. Tell you what, these are the new vampires. So it is a lady, actually. But it's restricted to 180 leadership. That only works on one square. And she has only 11 of them, and we can use 28. She cannot stack up herself, right? Puts an enemy troop. Okay, let's talk to her. Welcome to my little comfortable castle. It's not often that such interesting visitors come to see me. My name is Camilla. And who are you? What a pleasant wind has brought you to Monteville. My name is Bagheera. I'm looking for allies to fight against the light for the happiness and freedom of all the dark races. Will you help me? Of course I will help you, Bagheera. These are not the best times for those of the dark here in Monteville. The king has an outpost built in the mountain, a real fortress. Now the mountain pass is close to us. But you can take an underground passage that's right around the corner. Would you like to know anything else? I need to find out who's the happiest, the purest, and the most faithful in Monteville. Do you have anyone like that? You won't find any of the purest here. The local knights have forgot about the light long ago, only fighting against the dark for profit. The happiest person here is probably Annette, the niece of the local smith. She's head over heels in love with the royal archer. It's funny, but she reminds me of myself when I was young. And you could call Martin her fiancé the most faithful. Who wouldn't be faithful with such a beauty? Thank you for the news. Are you going with me? I'm sorry, but I can't right now. Too many problems to solve. My neighbor the necromancer and I are fighting a real war. I need to finish him first, or else my castle and my subjects will become his prey. I'll definitely try you later. Tell me about your neighbor. I lived peacefully for many years. I always threatened the local peasants and fishermen with care. I drank their blood selectively only on Saturdays, so that I have enough people for a long time. You could call the local village my favorite farm. When that scoundrel necromancer named Carrado killed them all in one night and turned them into zombies, now they serve him, and he uses them for his magical experiments. I can't drink a zombie's blood or benefit from them in any other way. I must take vengeance on this egoistic necromancer. Yes, that's a typical case of conflict between beef and dairy farming. You'd better tell me about yourself. I'm the daughter of Leonard III, one of the ancient kings of Monteville. After my mother died, my father, the king, married the second time, and my stepmother immediately took a dislike to me because of my intellect and beauty. When my father left for another war, my stepmother took me out into the wild forest and abandoned me to die. I wandered around the forest for a long time, eating berries and roots, until I fell into the clutches of evil dwarfs who enslaved me. Let me guess, there were 7 of them. Yes, that's Grimm's fairy tales. Dwarfs, that's horrible. Yes, it was horrible. There were 7, a real gang of brutal non-human sadists. When I thought so many nightmares that I'm even afraid to remember it. Camilla wipes up her tears. I finally ended when they buried me into a glass coffin. Fortunately, I was accidentally found and rescued by the young beautiful vampire. That has been many 100 years from since I started my life anew, thanks to him. That's my sad story, Bagheera. Do you want me to give you back the throne of Monteville? The throne of Monteville is my dream, but right now I'm too busy with other pressing problems. If you could destroy my neighbor, the necromancer, I'll owe you everything, and I'll be willing to fulfill any request you have. I'll destroy him. I'll be waiting with the return of the good news of the sorceress dead. Okay, she has nothing more for us. I was thinking of buying this because crowd control is important. Crowd control is important, but no, we need the hard-hitting power of those guys. Is the vampire already? No, she's not. She's not yet there. So we can still outmaneuver here. Okay, let's get it moving. Okay, that should be the passage they were talking about. Okay, first draw away the spider. That's far enough. Three magic runes! Jackpot, ladies and gentlemen, jackpot! Okay. That could be a problem. Woohoo! Outmaneuver them all. We think we need one more green rune and then we can go for distortion magic, which would be wonderful. +1 to all resistance. Yeah, the weapons are all crappy. +5 rage. -5 if the enemy army has no elves. Well, that is quite likely. -4 each battle if the enemy has orcs. +5 rage. Well, it is very unlikely that we fight someone who has orcs, and so we take this to get the rage more up. Hey! Come with me, bowman, archer, or whatever you call yourself these days. You hear a mysterious whisper and the runic symbols carving the stone begin to glow. After deciphering them and you're reading the formula, you find your magic reserves increased. A moment later, all the magical signs begin to fade away and the power has left the altar. Woohoo! Well, there's not much loot around here. Some spider axe, but that's not really making me happy, is it? We must do something for the loot. Ah, damn it. The only good thing is I think that no one here poses a real threat. No. They're all just food. Not capable of being the real threat to us. The only point is I want to fight them when I have all the right items and all the right things ready for combat. Yes, no my ass. That's totally useless. Okay. Let's make first side one side and then we go for the other side. Oh, whoa, 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 what are you? Dragons. Oh boy. They're dragons. Would you believe that? They're dragons. Oh, that's not good. How are we going with the chest thing? Well, closer than I thought. Closer than I thought. Welcome to our hospital cave, the robber smiles boldly. What pleasant wind brings you to Monterville? They don't like non-humans up there, and traveling the roads can be dangerous for you, with the King's Guards guarding around everywhere. But here underground you can make yourself at home. I'm a man of a generous nature, and I treat every living thing equally. I'm back at the hearth, a common orc. I save the world, I look for adventures, a little of everything. Adventures are a good thing. You could say that I'm just an adventurer myself, but they're only as good and as long as nothing bad happens to you here. The robber laughed merrily. Perhaps we have some business with me. Tell me. Don't be shy. What's going on in Monterville? There's nothing too interesting, to be honest. The knight is back from the war, and he is malicious as ever before. They put on an outpost to pass the keep from the undead from passing through. The Smith's niece is head over heels in love with the royal archer from the outpost, and he's got a crush on her. They'll probably marry soon. Also, a circus has come here showing off their elephant and performances about some knights. And then that Mormonizer, the Baron, won't give any peace for the young circus girl. He behaves like that with any newcomer wearing a skirt. Though she's not the first, and she's not the last. What can you tell me about the King Castle? The royal castle is your aim. You non-humans are brave these days, I see. But it's completely impossible to get into the castle. The guards are strong and they have a drawbridge. Some crazy guys from Sandy Island were here once and thought they could get into the royal treasury from underground. But there's no passage there from here. You can go see for yourself. The water from the pure spring is brought into the royal castle via pipes. The water is good, but it's guarded by a real dragon. How are you getting on? I'm getting on pretty well. I've enough problems, frankly speaking. Blomqvist, the royal detective, is poking his nose around everywhere, searching for me all over Monterville. I'm afraid that person he will figure out how to get here, and then I'll have a quite hard time. Maybe you can take care of him, since you love adventures. Of course I will take care of the royal stooge. Louis, I have a parcel from Blasco. You've made me happy yet again. Beg you, the Hasa. Let me see what Blasco has sent his old friend. The robber takes the parcel. Maybe you need something else? No, not from you. What I really need is some more loot. But you're not giving that to me, are you? Sadly, we have no access to pirate ghosts at the moment, because I totally like pirate ghosts. We should get our hands on pirate ghosts, because those guys give you treasure chests over treasure chests easily. So give me the treasure chest. One spirit rune, and this, ladies and gentlemen, officially makes us an all-around mage. Thank you. Question is, can we do anything? Oh shit, that nearly got wrong. Ooh. But even if, that wouldn't be a catastrophe, since we're quite capable of holding our own against anyone down here. Ooh. Speaking of anyone down here, so is there any treasure here? Oh, come on. There must be something here. Nope, does not look that way. Okay, tell you what. We go back and take the ship. I hoped for more, but Bone dragon. Oh boy, they even have dragons. Blur. It's an artifact, plus 20 spell capacity. I will have to buy that sooner or later, but at the moment, no. That is the guy we have to kill, but at the moment killing is not what I have in mind. And no, we're not buying items. I'm totally not buying items. I'm trying to keep our money together. I've no idea how to do that, but we must try to make a buck here. Oh, I bet my ass there is an item. There is an item here. Buried. Yay! 2 more crystals! And they're hostiles, and I don't think we can outmaneuver those guys. No, they're too fast. If we land, we will be attacked. Can we get any closer to it here? No, we cannot. Okay, we'll drive around the whole thing. Now what? What the heck? He sells that and a bow. Both which are not my favorites. I'm Henry Marie Ramond, the local painter. I paint ceremonial portraits, battle pieces, and insights. Alice, there is no demand for other types of paintings in our neck of the woods. To what do I owe the pleasure? My name is Bagger. I'm a common orc. Nice to meet you. And what do you want from me? Perhaps you want me to paint your portrait? Or could I paint someone else's portrait by following a verbal description? They say I managed to achieve a remarkable resemblance. Do you happen to have any spare paint? Artists never have paint to spare, but if you need any paint something, I'm willing to share my whites with you. Well, zinc is the cheapest paint in Natana, and I bought a 30-year supply when the opportunity came up. Here you are. I like to order a portrait of a beautiful dwarven lady. Of course I'm ready, but I need a model. I've never seen a dwarven lady in my life, let alone a beautiful dwarven lady, let alone, oh, natural. The only female dwarf I've seen in my life was Carlo Ciniselli, the circus actor playing in The Legend. He played a small part from Gerda, the female dwarf. I think that was a lady that you could marry in King's Bounty, The Legend. Which means you are familiar with the subject. How should I put this? Of course I've seen the play 3 times. It's fabulous. Plus, I could talk to Julia after the play, and she's even more fabulous. The painter turns bright red. But the part of the female dwarf was played by a man. That doesn't matter. Do you remember Gerda's hairstyle and face? I remember her hairstyle and her face well enough. I only need to paint her face. Well, I think I can do that. Or do I need to paint the beautiful dwarven lady's body as well? What should I do about that? I'm telling you, I've never seen a female dwarf in my life. It isn't that hard. You see, Julia, draw a portrait of the circus actress, but make her 2 times shorter and 2 times wider, and you'll end up with a real female dwarf. That's not nice for the dwarfs. Signing heavily, the painter fuzzes about behind his easel. Your order is ready. What do you think? Does it look like a beautiful dwarven lady? I've never seen one in my life, after all. It's an excellent dwarven lady. Thank you, maestro. Well? Look who's here, non-humans in Wonterville. Did they really let you through the crossing? Well, that doesn't matter now, because the main thing is that I have someone with money in my inn. My name is Belonger, and I'm the owner of this inn. Do you want to buy something useful, or do you just have a chat? I'm Beggy the Hase. I want to have a rest and learn news. Well, if you have coins jingling in your pocket, why not have a little chat too? So what's exactly interests you, the Hase? How is life in Monteville? Nothing new, everything as usual. Well, except that the Knight of the Fur and Smith is getting ready for a wedding with his commander of the Royal Arches. She's beaming with happiness. Quite natural, she's so young. What do you have to trade, innkeeper? Okay, I could buy those guys, because I really like having someone who can make money. That thing is great, but I must keep my money together. I must keep my money together. I must keep my money together. Always remember, keep your money together. Ooh. You put your hands on the altar and close your eyes. Hidden deep within the cold stone, a mystical force awakens, and you feel an increase in your combat skills. Well, you bet. Oh, there's a royal griffin coming my way. That's not good. Greetings. To what do I owe this pleasure? My name is Simon Reen, and I'm a mage. The mage looks very sad and unsure of himself. I had barely any orders recently. How can I help you? I'm beggar. Why don't you get many orders? I used to be a famous mage, but now I'm mocked by everyone, even the ordinary peasants. I must admit that a few years ago I started having strange problems with my magic. I hold a diploma from the highest school of magic, but now I find myself unable to cast even the most simple spells successfully. For instance, a traveler walked in just the other day. He wanted me to brew the elven tear from him to harden his arrows. I took all the inquired ingredients, but instead of the elven tear I got completely different concoction. I have no clue why that happens. Perhaps it was an accident. Try creating something magical right now. All right, I summon a phoenix. I used to be able to do this easily, ever since I was a student. The mage stares at his hands for a while, then waves his wand and shouts, Expecto Phoenicium. Oh, did it work? As far as I can see, it's an imp, not a phoenix. But please don't get discouraged. Listen, beggar, the mage seems to be talented, and he could be of use to us in the shelter. As for his failures, I'm almost certain that he was hexed. We should sort this situation out and take advantage of it. Hexed? How interesting. It's you again, beggar. I must say that things weren't always this for me. I used to be a good mage. I even fulfilled a few royal commissions. But a few years ago I had a stroke of bad luck, frankly speaking. I sometimes think I'm taking my own life. Who do you usually deal with in Monteville? Where do you buy your magic reagents? I usually buy my reagents from Clementine the Healer. I've known her for ages, and we studied magic together. I don't deal or communicate with hardly anyone in Monteville. Most of the citizens mock me and laugh at me, so I try to avoid them. Annette, the blacksmith's niece, is the one I can talk to. She's always kind to me. Is she? You there. Oh. Ugh. Can't even call that money. I'm Paul Fergan the smith. Who are you, non-human, and where do you come from? I'm Baggy the Orc. I'm interested on business. You know what, Baggy the Orc? You better leave Monteville as soon as you can. Dark creatures are not welcome here. I'm an old soldier. I fought in the Battle of Red Rock, and the only way I know to speak to non-humans is the language of sharp steel. What do you sell, blacksmith? I don't sell anything to the likes of you. Get lost. Well, now I have a problem because this guy is coming closer. Ooh, this could be a problem. More for him than for me. And who's that? Annette the peasant. Whoa, look who's here. One didn't even see non-humans that often in Monteville back in the day, but nowadays nobody wanders through here at all. My name is Annette, and who are you? I'm Baggy the Orc. Why are you sad? I'm not sad. Well, maybe just a little. I've a wedding soon, and I will marry the best person in the world. He's so wonderful, so splendid, that he loves me so much that he makes me wonder why such happiness should be mine. You should feel joyful. I'm trying to feel joyful, but sometimes I just can't. Because Martin is the commander of the Royal Archers at the mountain outpost, located in the past near the border of the land with the undead. He risks his life every day, and I never see him at all. Anything could happen to him while those creepy undead creatures, zombies and vampires are everywhere. When I think about it, I immediately want to weep. Annette secretly wipes off a tear. Don't be sad, everything will be fine. This peasant woman looks truly happy, amazing, but those who are in love are often the happiest in the whole world. I can say yes to that one. And that's just what we're looking for. I believe you're right, Blackie. It would be best to grab her when she's completely happy, so that her aura of joy can penetrate the adamant screen. That would help our cause greatly. Right now she's a little worried about her fiancé. She's waiting for him anxious. We need to calm her down and reassure her so she becomes absolutely happy. That's what we'll do. However, the king's best shooter won't believe you when he's seeing an enemy face. To persuade him, you should bring him a gift from his betrothed, or even better, a love letter. Excellent plan. Is it you, Berger? What do you want? You want me to deliver a letter to Martin? You can find out his plans and set a date for your wedding. My uncle the smith doesn't allow me to communicate with non-humans, so I'm not going to give you any letter. It will be different matter if my uncle permits it. I only have him left. I don't know my parents since I was a child. My mother was struck away by vampires, and my father went missing in the war with the demons. That's why I obey my uncle in everything and never argue with him. Oh crap, and that uncle hates us right from the start. Ah, crap. We'll never be able to get anything out of that guy. And the loot is so miserable it hurts. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Look at this. Oh, look at this. Oh boy. It's beholder party all over. So, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Let's go here, there, and... Greetings, my name is Clementine. I'm the local healer. I'm Baggy the Orc. What do we have for sale? Eggs, spider things, and I bet if we talk to her she's going to attack us, because if I think what she is... Oh, I think my son is awake. So I will have to... Oh, who are you? I think that my son is awake now. And I think it was not my cleverest move to go here. Oh shit. Welcome to Carlo Cincinelli's traveling circus. My name is Maestro Carlo Cincinelli, and as you might have guessed, there is no performance today since our elephant is sick. He's been sneezing 2 days in a row now. Besides, I need to repair my props. So much to do, so much to do. My name is Baggy. What is a circus? A circus is of joy and fun, you ignorant creature. We are free circus actors wandering around the world entertaining people. We offer an excellent program too. The Elephants vs. Whale show, vaulting, 3 man hoch, and that means 3 men high, and all sorts of other tricks. My daughter, Sweet Julia, does tightrope, walking, equilibrium, and pantomime. And I do entry and headstand and act as the ringmaster, of course. Sounds interesting, but I don't understand anything. That's not it. On Wednesday we do classical comedies and tragedies. I play 5 characters, but no one is in the audience that knows that, because I'm the great Sincerely, and my taupe is the best in all of Natana, whatever the others might say. What do you mean your audience doesn't know? The thing is that I can transform into other characters, immersing myself in the role completely. It takes my genius for acting, you see, plus years of experience. And top of it all, I'm an excellent makeup artist. I can't believe that. Take a look. Right now I'm playing a character from Iron Richard, from the great classic play The Legend. Yes, that's Richard that was the king's main soldier. It's work of genius. They don't write them like that anymore. The shitty present day stuff is nothing but thoughtless copies. I hope he does not refer to this game. As you see, in addition to the makeup, it's very important to find a suitable piece of tow for your hair and beard. No real art can be without good tow. I can't believe my eyes. I'm now playing Lo Kislan, the merchant. Oh, that was the merchant in hell. Pay special attention to the hat. It helps to create the image. Without the hat, Mike Callison wouldn't be himself. And to achieve full dramatic transformation, an authentic costume is required. Too bad I don't have time to show you the costumes. That's incredible. Finally, my best character, Gerda, that female dwarf from the famous play. You don't agree that I look just like a real dwarf? Take a look at my red braids. This wing is a work of art. The wing maker uses horsehair instead of jute tow. Do you like it? That's amazing. It's incredibly powerful. You've got to understand to feel it under your skin. Art teaches people about good and evil and makes money for us actors. Of course, having to remove makeup every day is a pain in the neck, but art requires sacrifice, you know. That's great. Thank you, Carlo. Okay, he doesn't talk to us anymore. What about the lady? She is beautiful. Greetings, my name is Julia. I'm a circus actress. And who are you? I'm Bagheera, a common orc. How things are going in the circus? Carlo Cincinnati, my daddy, deals with all circus matters. You could find him and buy it at the ticket office. Yay! We found a spell scroll after all. And nothing useful here. Ah, crap. Beasts again. Oh, I could beat the crap out of those guys easily, but... You hear a mysterious whisper, and the runic symbols covering the altar begin to glow. After deciphering them and reading the formula, you find your magic reserves increased. A moment later, all the magical signs fade away, and power has left the altar. I don't care, I've got +5 mana, which is great. Okay, we could try to beat the crap out of that guy, but he might be too strong for us at the moment. So we better outmaneuver this guy. Get the money out of this. The money is so little, I don't think we can make anything good here. Okay, the question is... A dungeon. Enter the dungeon. I say... Oh, that is the paint. Think paint. Good paint can be used to write a choice of words on the fence or the mockery of the elvish castle. And a leadership. Oh! Minus 10% leadership requirements for dwarves. That's good. But I say we stop it here and see each other next time. Until then, bye!